Today I'll be talking about Linoone, the first normal type evolution introduced in Gen 3. It's the evolution of Zigzagoon, who evolved at level 20. For non-Galarian Linoone, this is non-Galarian Zigzagoon's only evolution. For Galarian Linoone, this is Galarian Zigzagoon's first evolution. Linoone's previous PYC dates are November 16th, 1996, September 7th, 1999, June 28th, 2002, April 18th, 2005, February 7th, 2008, November 28th, 2010, September 18th, 2013, July 9th, 2016, April 30th, 2019, and February 18th, 2022. As I mentioned yesterday, Linoone and Zigzagoon have remained memorable to me. I think it has to do with the fact that it goes from moving zigzag to straight. I'm rather confused as to why there's an E at the end of this Pokemon's name. It's not pronounced Linoone or Lino1, so I don't know why the E was added. As for Galarian Linoone, much like a Galarian Zigzagoon, I think it's interesting that they combined the patterns of the European Badger and the makeup of Kiss, and similar glam rock bands, which I can only assume are or were notably popular in the UK. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we're talking about Linoone, the rushing Pokemon, whose number is 0264. This is Linoone, this is what it looks like. This is Galarian Linoone, this is what it looks like. Types, normal, as Linoone, and Galarian Linoone is dark normal. Abilities, Pickup or Gluttony in Gen 4+, Quick Feet is its hidden ability. Gender ratio is 50-50, catch rate is 90 or 20.1%. Breedings, egg group field, hatch time 15 cycles. Height is 1'8" or 0.5 meters. Weight is 71.7 pounds or 32.5 kilograms. Base experience yields 128 in Gen 3 through 4 and 147 5+. Leveling rate is medium fast, EV is 2 in speed. Shape is that, footprint is that, Pokedex color is white, and base friendship is 70. Linoone is a normal type Pokemon introduced in Gen 3. It evolved from Zigzagoon starting at level 20. In Galar, Linoone has a dual type dark/normal regional form. It evolved from Galarian Zigzagoon starting at level 20 and evolves into Obstagoon when leveled up starting at level 35 during the night. Hoenn Linoone is not known to evolve into any other Pokemon. Biology, Linoone is a slender-bodied quadrupedal Pokemon. Most of its fur is colored tan, but it has several brown stripes. One long stripe stretches the length of its body before ending in an arrowhead shape on its forehead. There are additional stripes on each side of its bushy tail and on its cheeks. It has sharp, elongated claws and small, pointed teeth. It has small, tuft-like ears, long cheek fur, and blue eyes. Linoone can run up to 60 miles per hour, or 100 kilometers per hour, but it can only run in a straight line, and has to stop before it can make a turn. Because of this behavior, it often fails to catch prey and struggles on roads that are curving or winding. When it sees prey underwater in ponds, it leaps in and uses its razor-sharp claws to catch and take it down. Linoone's fur is strong and supple, and the shed hairs are used to make high-quality shaving brushes. It's shown in the Pokemon, the series, Ruby and Sapphire episode, Showdown at Linoone. Linoone has an attraction to anything round and will grab any orb-shaped object it sees if given the chance. It often carries a snatched object in its expandable cheek pouches and deposits it in any of a number of secret stashes it keeps on its territory. Linoone tends to live in grasslands. Forms, Linoone has a regional form, Galarian Linoone. Galarian Linoone has a black and white color scheme with longer fur on its ears. Around its red eyes are patterned stripes shaped like a shooting star. It has longer claws with gray fur surrounding the front feet, and it has a long red tongue that sticks out of its mouth. Galarian Linoone are known to be rash and fearless, preferring to recklessly challenge opponents that are stronger than itself. Linoone is known to use its long tongue to taunt opponents. Linoone will hurl itself at them, tackling them by force. These traits make Galarian Linoone very popular among unhappy and angry youths in Galar who have nowhere to take out their anger and frustrations. By charging up at 60 miles per hour, it can deliver powerful tackles and headbutts with enough destructive force to even knock away a car. Linoone can be thrown off balance should it miss, however. The harsh environments in the Galar region, along with the fierce competition among the species, allows Linoone's survival instincts to improve, leading to the ability to evolve into Obstagoon. Evolution, Linoone evolves from Zigzagoon, so Zigzagoon, Linoone. Galarian Linoone evolves from Galarian Zigzagoon and evolves into Obstagoon, so Galarian Zigzagoon, Galarian Linoone, Obstagoon. Game data, NPC appearances, Pokemon Pinball, Ruby and Sapphire. When Chikorita uses Razor Leaf on the Ruby field, 2 Linoone will pop out. Hitting the left Linoone will make a Gulpin appear, activating travel mode when there are 3 Gulpin on the table. Hitting the right Linoone will change the stance of Makuhita, allowing it to punch the ball towards the upgrade. Pokedex entries in Gen 3 Ruby. Linoone always runs full speed, only in straight lines. If facing an obstacle, it makes a right angle
single turn to evade it. This Pokemon is very challenged by gently curving roads. Sapphire, when hunting, Linoone will make a beeline straight for the prey a full run. While this Pokemon is capable of topping 60 miles per hour, it has to come to a screeching halt before it can turn. Emerald, it is exceedingly fast if it only has to run in a straight line. When it spots pond-dwelling prey underwater, it quickly leaps in and catches it with its sharp claws. Fire Red and Leaf Green, when running in a straight line, it can top 60 miles per hour. However, it has a tough time with curved roads. In Gen 4, Diamond Pearl and Platinum, it charges prey at speeds over 60 miles per hour. However, because it can only run straight, it often fails. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, when running in a straight line, it can easily top 60 miles an hour. It has a tough time with curved roads. The Gen 5 Pokedex entries are Diamond Pearl and Platinums. In Gen 6, X is Heart Gold and Soul Silver's entry. Y is the Diamond Pearl Platinum and Gen 5 entry. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are basically Ruby and Sapphires, but Linoone and Pokemon are another correct casing. In Gen 8, for non-Galarian Linoone and Sword, it's very strong and supple. Shaving brushes made with shed Linoone hairs are highly prized. Shield, it uses its explosive speed and razor-sharp claws to bring down prey. Running along winding paths is not its strong suit. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are their Diamond and Pearl counterpart. For Galarian Linoone and Sword, it uses its long tongue to taunt opponents. Once the opposition is enraged, this Pokemon hurls itself at the opponent, tackling them forcefully. Shield, this very aggressive Pokemon will recklessly challenge opponents stronger than itself. Game locations, side game locations, and events. Held items. Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Heart Gold, and Soul Silver get the Oran Berry 50% of the time, and the Citrus Berry 5% of the time. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire get the Potion 50% of the time, and Max Revive 5% of the time. Stats, base stats. Before I read the Linoone one, I'll read this little note here. Galarian Linoone has the same base stats as Hoenn Linoone. HP 78, Attack 70, Defense 61, Special Attack 50, Special Defense 61, Speed 100, for a total of 420. Pokeathlon stats. Type effectiveness will compare Linoone and Galarian Linoone. Linoone is damaged only by normal, flying, poison, ground, rock, bug, steel, fire, water, grass, electric, psychic, ice, dragon, dark, and fairy. Galarian Linoone moves Bug, Psychic, Dark, and Fairy. Linoone is weak to fighting for double, while Galarian Linoone is weak to fighting for 4, and Bug and Fairy for double. Linoone is immune to Ghost. Galarian Linoone is also immune to Ghost, but is also immune to Psychic. Linoone is resistant to nothing, while Galarian Linoone is resistant to Dark for half. In the Linoone box here, there's this note. If this Pokemon is given a ring target, the effectiveness of Ghost-type moves is 1, so go from 0 to 1. Learn set, by leveling up. For Linoone, we will read this Evo here and go down to 20. Upon evolution, it gets Slash, 23 Rest, 28 Takedown, 33 Fling, 38 Flail, 43 Belly Drum, and 48 Double Edge. Same thing for Galarian Linoone here, so upon evolution, it gets Nice Slash, level 23 Rest, 28 Takedown, 33 Scary Face, 38 Counter, 43 Taunt, and 48 Double Edge. By TM/TR, we're skipping for both games and both of them. By breeding, we're skipping for all this. By tutoring, got nothing for Linoone, but Galarian Linoone has something. So, in the Sword and Shield expansion pass, you get Lash Out. It's a physical dark-type move. It's power 75, accuracy 100, PB has 5. Nothing by prior evolution for either of them. By transfer from another generation, well, this is just for non-Galarian Linoone. So, from Gen 5 through 7, you get Bestow, that doesn't work anymore. 4 Captivate, that doesn't work anymore. 4 through 7 Charge Beam. 6 and 7 Confide, 5 and 6 Cut, 3 Defense Curl, 3 through 7 Double Team, 5 through 7 Echoed Voice, 3 through 7 Frustration, that doesn't work anymore, 3 and 4 Fury Cutter, 3 through 7 Hidden Power, that doesn't work anymore, 4 through 7 Last Resort, 3 Mimic, 3 through 7 you get Mud Sport and Mud Slap, Mud Sport doesn't work anymore, 4 you get Natural Gift, that doesn't work anymore, 3 through 7 you get Odor Sleuth, Pursuit, Return, and Roar, Odor Sleuth, Pursuit, and Return don't work anymore. 5 through 7, you get Rock Climb, that doesn't work anymore. 5 and 6, you get Rock Smash. 3 and 4, you get Rollout. 6 and 7, you get Rotillery, that doesn't work anymore. 3, 4, and 6, you get Secret Power, that doesn't work anymore. 3, 4, 6, and 7, you get Shockwave. 5 and 6, you get Strength. 4 through 7, you get Super Fang. 3 through 7, you get Swagger and Toxic. And 3, 4, 6, and 7, you get Water Pulse. Side game data for Linoone here. You got all this. Pokemon Ranger in the browser entry. Linoone moves quickly, but only in a line. If it stops, it will try to change direction. Got all this. Galarian Linoone, got that. Evolution data, Linoone, Zigzagoon, level 20 Linoone. Galarian Linoone, Galarian Zigzagoon, level 20, Galarian Linoone. Level 35 at night, Obstagoon. Sprites here, so, okay. That's the basic idea. I mean, yeah. Blue eyes, kind of orange eyes, I guess. Yeah. And this is the same kind of orange from the shiny Zigzagoon. It's interesting that it's called Linoone, but it's like curving like that. That seems an interesting choice to show that off in the first generation, but okay. Then Gen 4. Yeah, not really much changes. Maybe a little bit different, but yeah, more or less stays the same. Sprite's a little bit more zoomed in. Looks like more maybe triangular eyes rather than kind of these curved eyes. These are a lot longer, these tufts. Yep. Gen 5 brings the full back sprite, and it's a little bit more line, a little bit more what I imagine. It's like just kind of straight body, more or less. Okay, Gen 6, got the models, pretty good. These become more, they become more like golden, I guess? The eyes? Huh. For shiny. Gen 7, not much changes. Shield, got the better models, and then once again, it's got the blue for the, the blue for the eyes and the tongue, but I guess it also has blue for the gray parts. And then also the red from Galarian Zigzagoon, shiny. Yeah. Cross generation, you got these, yeah. In animation, Linoone and Pokemon the series, Ruby and Sapphire. Okay, got 3 of them. Pokedex entries in Advanced Generation, episode 112, in Ash's Pokedex. Linoone, the rushing Pokemon. Linoone is the evolved form of Zigzagoon. It can run at speeds over 60 miles per hour, but does not handle curves well. In Diamond and Pearl, episode 5, in Dawn's Pokedex. Linoone, the rushing Pokemon. When it spots its prey, it runs after it in a straight line. Though able to run over 60 miles per hour, it is unable to turn. Pokemon Generations, Linoone and Pokemon Generations. The manga, Linoone and Pokemon Adventures, and Galarian Linoone and Pokemon Adventures, and the TCG and the TFG. Trivia, Linoone is the only Pokemon that can use the Mix Elixir in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. Linoone has the same Hoenn Pokedex and Central Kalos Pokedex numbers. Galarian Linoone and its shiny form were designed by James Turner. This last point I read in the Zigzagoon video. Origin, Linoone's appearance is possibly a cross between the European or Japanese badger and a member of the weasel and or ferret family, or it may possibly be based on the ferret badger or striped polecat. It also shares the same color scheme of Tanuki. The word tanuki is used for both badgers and raccoon dogs in Japan, depending on the region. This may be the inspiration behind its mixture of traits, having similarities to both species. Its stripes slightly resemble flames and lightning, which may be a reference to race cars, who typically use these patterns in their vehicles for show. Linoone may also be based on the legendary Kamaitachi, which is usually depicted as lightning-fast weasels who wield razor-sharp claws, which tear into their victims. There is an arrow symbol on its head, which alludes to its tendency to run in a straight line. Linoone's obsession with round objects may be inspired by the Ramid-Reju, a long, weasel-like creature who has a desire for gold, or by the Tanuki's association with gold. Galarian Linoone appears to be more explicitly based on European badgers, taking its evolved form, Obstagoon, under consideration. Galarian Linoone's color scheme, pointed tongue, and star marking around its eye may also be inspired by glam rock bands. Linoone's evolutionary line shares a common theme of movement where Zigzagoon moves in a zigzag pattern. Linoone moves in a straight line and Obstagoon blocks the way by obstructing it. This may be a reference to badgers' behavior of habitually following the same foraging routes, leading to the formation of trodden paths. Name origin, Linoone may be a combination of line, referring to its fur pattern and unusual habits, and raccoon. Masaguma may be a combination of masagu, straight as in a line, and Ariaguma, raccoon, or Onaguma, badger. Guma from kuma, bear, as a suffix is often used for mammals that resemble bears. In other languages, related articles, references, external links to the Galarian forms. Let's move on.
Normally this is the part of the video where I say, now let's watch Linoone's first scene in the anime. But we can't! It first appears in Jirachi Wishmaker and I don't have the DVD yet. So we'll try to watch Linoone's first seen in the anime at the end of the Ludicolo video, since it first appears in short on that DVD. Now let's see why people love Linoone. Now let's look at fan art.
Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent in fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you familiar with the series, you might be wondering why we're on this single image, and that's because this is the only image we'll be doing today. So this is Linoone by Flavia Elric. So this stylized Linoone here. Kind of a little bit maybe cutesy, but otherwise pretty good. Got the arrow, got the long body, that's also its tail kind of. That's all here, yep. Very good art. Let's move on.
Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I won't be streaming tonight, as I need to wait until I talk about Wurmple to evolve Zigzagoon into Linoone. As for Galarian Linoone, I'll have to wait until I've talked about the Gen 8 Pokemon to get back to that one. Tomorrow I talk about Wurmple. As always, this is my proper outfit. You'll see me tomorrow.